Marv assembly complete.
Hey, what's up guys, Massive here, come back to do another video commentary. And continuing on with the old replays, this time we're going to dive even deeper into the past. We're going to be casting some 1.01 games. Maybe I'll go and even cast some 1.0 games. That's when the game was most active and alive. That's when the competitive players of the game were around. So I expect to see some high-level gameplay here. This is 1.01, this patch. The difference between it and 1.02 is less profound compared to 1.0 to 1.01. This is where the major economy changes were introduced into the game. Refineries were made $2,000, or they were originally $2,000 and they were made to $3,000. Spikes also got nerfed as well. But yeah, with all that said, let's get into this game. It's going to be on Classic Tournament Decision, and down here playing as the yellow Zocom, or Steel Talons. I think it is Steel Talons, yeah. If I recall correctly, it's going to be d.Dackel, so the legendary d.Dackel. I saw someone in the comment section on my last video requested me to do some games of him, so I will. And his opponent up here playing as the Vanilla Nod green, it is going to be Khufu. Yep, Khufu. So both players opening up with double racks on this map. They both picked their faction as well, and during this time no one really picked or random because there was always a risk of getting Steel Talons and Zocom, though I doubt back then that the players knew that the harvesters of the GDI sub-factions were bugged, which was ultimately a reason why random wasn't really seriously considered as a faction back in the day. But yeah, standard opening for either side. I'm going to note some few differences here between 1.01 and 1.02. Scout getting taken out here. GDI rifles will always take this bunker, by the way, if you are spawning from the bottom. In a GDI mirror, the bottom player always gets this first, so yeah. Actually, is it a bottom player? No, I think it's a top player because it's a little closer to him, isn't it? Yeah, my bad. Anyway, harvesters are $2,000 in this version, so it's a lot more expensive. It's going to be a slow-paced game. If you thought the 1.02 games were slow-paced, then you're in for a treat here, because it is even slower in this game, if you can imagine that. Spikes are the same. They do give set 500 upon capturing it, and $10 per second. Two harvesters out here for d.Dackel. He's keeping his barracks alive, powered down, which is strangely enough something that I do nowadays. Not spacing his refineries out here, so he could potentially get one clicked. Khufu, on the other hand, he has spaced his refineries enough to, well, it's not going to really matter for him because he's versus GDI, but yeah, you should always space your refineries and put it into practice. Even it can defend your base versus reckoners. Say if your opponent deploys a reckoner here, it's not going to range your other refinery if you place it like over there. So it's not only for the catalyst missile that you would want to spread the refineries out like that, but yeah, Khufu has eyes in the middle of the map right now. Scouts all over the place right now, and the buggy is in here, the base of Dackel. I guess back in the day Dackel was one of those guys who went for an Orca rush a lot of the time, but this time he is not. He is going to be just ecoing, and the pace is a little weird to me because of the slight economic differences between 1.01 and 1.02. I don't know the exact change list between the two versions, but there are a few things here and there that are different. Corruptors healed substantially faster in 1.01. That was ultimately fixed in 1.02, even though I still consider the corruptor heal rate on things like hexapods pretty high nowadays still. But back then it was absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, buggies just scouting one another. Looks like Dackel going for an Orca build. Is this Orcas? Yeah, it's going to be Orcas. Probably would be a good idea to accompany those Orcas with Pitbulls just so he can reveal his enemy harvesters. And yeah, it's a decent combo to go with, and he's going to reveal the fact that he's going for Orcas right there. Not that it was really a secret, because that Raider Buggy could have just easily gone in there and scouted it, the airfield anyway. But Mass Raider Buggy going to be coming out of Khufu right now, who is currently going on 2 war factories, not going for dozer blades. Maybe an airfield would be good, but considering how Dackel is accompanying his Orcas with Pitbulls, Venoms are not going to be an option. Here comes the Pitbulls right now. They're going to find a wall of Scorpion tanks. They're not going to get into the base there. And Khufu has to be very careful in how he positions his buggies. Scorpion tanks now currently getting picked off. Micro is going to be off the essence here for Dackel. He's trying to take out the Scorpion tanks. Gets one for his trouble. The Orcas, to my knowledge, still have some rockets inside of them, but instead he's going to go back to base, and I'm going to turn the Helpers off once again. Both the Tyrone spikes have been reclaimed by players here. Dackel MCV has expanded right now. Same goes for Khufu. I wonder if he's going to go for a tier 3 or instead he's going to go for a refinery. But yeah, his tank's getting picked off here. Where are the raider buggies? They're completely out of position. They're going to get torn to shreds by those Scorpion tanks, Orcas right there. Those Scorpion tanks taking a lot of damage. Pit bulls, you'd want to keep those alive. I reckon now would be a time maybe for Khufu to initiate a counterattack, because he has a lot of units here. Raider buggies and Scorpion tanks, he has enough there to push D.Dackel away. But yeah, D.Dackel's still content on going for pit bulls right now. He's got a fair few number of them, but not really enough to, you know, hold this back. I wonder if D.Dackel is interested also in going for hard points, which he's already gotten, by the way. Nowadays, you don't see players go for hard points. In fact, last time I went for hard points was like never, because GD aircraft are very fragile, in my opinion. I don't think they have the time to really unload that many rockets. But a few tanks getting clumped up there, going to get taken out. Raider buggies coming forward to deal with the Orcas, but only one Orca goes down for D.Dackel. And that was really good, actually. One of the Orcas is... they've still got rockets, actually, yeah. So, yeah, keeping the Raider buggy numbers low, which is really good for D.Dackel. But the problem for him is that Khufu has double refining on the expansion right now. Nothing really is threatening at the moment. He's got 4 Orcas still. Granted, that's pretty good, but... what's D.Dackel going to do? Is he going to go for a quick Marv? I can only imagine that's what his plan is right now. He's got a tier 3 out, getting a Marv out here and going to his opponent's expansion and Marvisting that field could be a good strategy for him. Khufu really needs to go for a tier 3 at the moment. Here comes the Orcas, one of them in here. I thought for a moment that was just one for a center pod, but apparently not. The multitasking of these guys is pretty substantial, especially from D.Dackel here. He is going to take out this Harvester, and Harvesters did have the same HP as far as I know, or maybe a little less actually. Yeah, I do think the Harvesters had way less HP there, and that's pretty crazy actually. Only 4 or 5 rockets killed that Harvester. So along with the changes to the refineries and the Harvesters, they also made Harvesters a lot weaker. I guess they wanted to make the harassment options more viable, like rushes and such. But yeah, I think it may have been a bit too powerful then. But yeah, GD going to be very powerful here. Khufu's expansion getting completely taken out. Orcas coming in once again to deal with these Scorpion tanks. Khufu has to invest in some of a form of anti-air, maybe go for Venoms. But he really needs to go for laser capacitors as well. I'm not sure why he's not doing that. These hard points really tearing to shreds this army. And Khufu right now, he's in a lot of trouble. He's going for Harvesters. 20 seconds that's going to take him to build one Harvester. Marv is out now for D.Dackel. He's going to be sending that to the Khufu's base, but Khufu on the other hand going for his Redeemer. Khufu getting his tech up as well. He is still finding it hard to deal with these Orcas at the moment. D.Dackel still has Tiberium at his expo. Yeah, why is D.Dackel going for this field here? I mean, he had a window of opportunity to go into that base, but I guess he's maybe fearful of the fact that there could be Raider buggies with EMP soon. If I am Khufu in this game, I'd be definitely getting that EMP core upgrade as soon as possible, or maybe even laser capacitors, considering how he invested so heavily into the Scorpion tanks and Raider buggies. But yeah, the Orcas coming in once again to do a poke in. Radar scan could be also recharged as well, which means more dead Harvesters on the expansion. SAM turret comes down, gonna try and kill some of these Orcas. Going for the Tiberium spike, very unusual choice to be honest. But I guess that he feels that there's no other gap in Khufu's base to really pick off any Harvesters. So yeah, smart move there, taking out that long-term income in the form of the Tiberium spike. Harvesters getting sniped here. And maybe I'm wrong, maybe the Harvesters did have the same HP, maybe the damage of Orcas was a little more back then compared to now, but yeah, the Pitbulls going to get raged, going to get taken out, and the Marv here going to make a move for Khufu's base. He's not going to have zone raiders or zone troopers in Steel Talon's case to put in that Marv, so it's not going to be the most powerful Marv in the world. However, it is going to cause problems here, because there is no EMP out on the map right now. Redeemer here, that's what... is that a defensive tower captured by anyone? No, it's not. I guess he's not going to capture a tower. 4 Orcas still out in the field, as well as a tier 4 for the supersonic airstrike. Or, yeah, I mean, you wouldn't need that, but the shockwave artillery to EMP this Redeemer would be a good call. And wow, taking out that SAM turret there, as well as the obelisk with the orcas. D.Dackel's micro in this game is pretty amazing. He's going to take out the Redeemer engineering facility as well, which will deny further reinforcements as well as repairs to this Redeemer, but no, he's actually going to leave it alive. The Marv going to make a retreat right now. There's no way that this Marv's going to get destroyed, in my opinion, though, because it's got triple engineer inside of it. Unusual how he has a Grenadier squad in it, I guess because he sold his Warp Chasm, or in GDI's case, it's the Reclamate Hub, I do believe. Is that Pip Water for HoF? Yeah, it is. He could probably find a gap into his expansion, maybe take out this tier 3. It's completely exposed up there, so yeah, he's going to abuse that right now and go straight into HoF's expansion. But yeah, HoF's in a world of pain right now. How's he going to deal with this attack? The orcas are going to strike him here. This Redeemer probably will have to make a run for it. He's not going for his upgrades. I'm not sure why he's not doing that right now. I guess he's going for it now, but yeah, the harvest is getting taken out here by the pitbulls. There's just not enough Scorpion tanks to deal with this, but yeah, what's happened over here? The Redeemer has made a run for it. Looks like the cloaking field has been used on the Redeemer, allowing for it to retreat. And the problem with D.Dackel's move here, harvesting his home expansion, is that he's not going to have any Tiberium soon, and he's going to get exhausted out of Tib. And HoF, he's managed to transfer all of his harvest, it looks like, to that Tiberium field. D.Dackel needs a backup plan. He needs to go up to the top Tiberium field here. He still has that shockwave artillery. I'm not sure why he didn't use it in that last engagement, but yeah, the orcas taking out these Scorpion tanks, which currently have no anti-air for support, and the level of gameplay in this game, I just love it, man. It just looks so much better than the game that I casted yesterday. These orcas and the micro, it's just insane. He's made so much happen with these orcas. Like, it would be hard to imagine nowadays someone using orcas so effectively as D.Dackel did, but yeah, he's got actually 2 airfields right now, so continuing to pump out the orcas. He has a tier 3, curiously enough, as well. I'm not sure why he's not going for Firehawks. Maybe he could take out this some of these buildings here, but yeah, the shockwave going to be used on the Redeemer, but he needs his orcas right there to deal the damage. He needs also sensor pods, but he probably didn't know of sensor pods back then. A lot of players don't use sensor pods anyways nowadays, but yeah, this Redeemer's stealth, so he needs something else to kill this Redeemer, like or to reveal it. He's got the orcas. He's going to rely on these orcas to kill it. He doesn't want to leave from his base, and he's going to use the ability here. Going to try and get some damage dealt on this Redeemer. He doesn't want to commit too hard though. I'm not sure what upgrade that HoF researched earlier. Was it EMP coils or laser capacitors? Looked like it was lasers. He's going for another one as well, maybe Tib core. But considering how he has Raider buggies out right now, and he's contending with a Marv, it would make sense to go for EMP coils. The Marv taking damage right now. He needs to retreat though, because if he gets raged and then subsequently EMP'd, he's dead in this game. D.Dackel still has mass orca right now. He needs to get away from this base right here. And HoF actually taking that Tiberium field up there. D.Dackel, he's going to make a move for that field as well, but HoF's already there with his MCV. EMP coils is online for HoF. He's going to take out this Marv, and that could be D.Dackel dead in this game. He has nothing really to kill these Raider buggies now. One of them getting promoted to heroic, as it should. There was a lot of veterancy bugs in 1.01 and 1.0. And he still has massive amounts of orcas, D.Dackel. He didn't go for one single Titan in this game. He played Steel Talons as if it were a GDI faction, or GDI vanilla. And there's nothing wrong with that. Pitbull plus Orca, very powerful combination. But yeah, there's an expansion up here. The Orcas could probably poke in and take out that expansion. But yeah, the Redeemer here, it's going to leave the base, and that could be a dead Redeemer. It's going to probably take this out right here. But yeah, can you imagine how good sensor pods would have been in this game? He could have easily been able to snipe that. Raider buggies as well will get probably taken out if D.Dackel chooses to engage. But no, he's going to go instead for the expansion up here. Raider buggies being spammed out now for HoF. He's going for Scorpion tanks now. And this Redeemer going to continue to put pain on this base here. Tech Center probably going to be forced to get sold. And all of those buggies will get destroyed. But yeah, I do think that it's a little too late for D.Dackel. Maybe if he had Sonic emitters as Steel Towns, he could probably push HoF out of this base here. But HoF going to solidify his position here, go for an Obelisk of Light. He needs more anti-air though right now, otherwise he's going to get continually picked off by those orcas, of which there are many right now. And D.Dackel's just all out on the orcas. He's decided to keep his Space Command uplink, maybe to EMP this Redeemer, lock it in place so he can finally destroy it. But yeah, he needs to focus on the buggies rather than the Redeemer, which he's doing right now. Nice split firing with the Orcas. Those buggies are getting annihilated, surprisingly. Much how hammerheads nowadays annihilate by buggy. That's just probably how d.Dackel saw Orcas back then, that as a counter even to anti-air. And yeah, d.Dackel's in a lot of problems right now. He's going to probably throw in the towel, considering how he is getting outmined right now in 2 locations. He has no Tiberium. He has 2 Tiberium spikes to his name, however, versus Khufu's 0 spikes. That's what all he really has going for him at the moment. He's sold his War Factor as well, which I think was quite a pivotal mistake. He's not going to have any means to recover in this game, and I think d.Dackel's going to throw in the towel right now. He has 1 Titan to hold back all these buggies, but yeah, once that laser capacitor upgrade came online for Khufu, it was a lot different story. These buggies going to have a much easier time versus Orcas, but yeah, you need to really have a critical mass of them versus air, GDI air, and even Scrin Storm Riders require you to have many Raider buggies, but you're probably saying the GGs here. That was a pretty good game. I thought that was a really good game, actually. d.Dackel, unfortunately, didn't move in with his mark when he had the chance to. I reckon if he went for sensor pods as well, he could have also killed that Redeemer at several moments, but yeah, not to be, and unfortunately he's going to be losing this game. But a very good showcase of the skill level of both players in this game. Khufu made a brilliant comeback, considering how he was so much on the back foot. I reckon in the mid game he was losing throughout the early and mid game. I thought that he was probably going to lose the game after he lost that many Scorpion tanks and both his harvesters to the Orcas at his expansion. d.Dackel had an epic unit, whereas Khufu did not. But Khufu, I felt that he probably should have also got his upgrades a little sooner as well. His laser capacitors and Tib Core, he left it a bit too late in my opinion. But yeah, with all that said, I enjoyed that game very much. I'm going to bring more games to you guys, so yeah, stay tuned. This is going to be one of those games that I promised I would do. This is Master Thief anyways. Peace out.